Welcome to this powerful English learning story. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You walk into a room full of people, and when you speak English, everyone listens carefully. No one asks you to repeat. No one looks confused. Your words flow smoothly. Your accent sounds clear and natural. You feel calm. You feel confident. You feel proud. Today's story is about that transformation, the journey from beginner to fluent, from fear to confidence, from silence to a strong and clear voice. But here is what makes this story truly interesting. The hero of our story was not born in America. He did not grow up speaking English at home. He was not naturally talented in languages. In fact, many people once believed he would never speak English fluently. His pronunciation was unclear. His rhythm was broken. His confidence was low. Some people corrected him kindly. Others laughed quietly. There were moments when he almost gave up completely. So what changed? What secret helped him master the English accent? And how did he move from embarrassment to excellence? Stay with me, because his journey may become your journey too. Daniel grew up in a small city where English was only a school subject. In school, he learned grammar rules and memorized vocabulary lists. He could pass written exams easily. His grades were good. But when it came to speaking, everything changed. His mouth felt heavy. His tongue moved slowly. Words that looked simple on paper became difficult in real life. He often paused in the middle of sentences because he was unsure about pronunciation. In college, Daniel realized how important English communication was. Many lectures were in English. Guest speakers visited from different countries. Students who spoke confidently were noticed by teachers. Daniel wanted to be one of them, but each time he tried to participate in discussions, fear stopped him. His heart beat fast. His hands became cold. He worried about how he sounded more than what he was saying. One day, during a group presentation, Daniel experienced a moment he would never forget. When it was his turn to speak, he tried to explain his idea clearly. However, he mispronounced several key words. A few classmates looked confused. One student politely asked him to repeat. Another whispered something and smiled. It was not cruel, but it hurt. Daniel felt small. After the presentation, he stayed quiet for the rest of the day. That night, Daniel thought deeply about his future. He asked himself an important question. Do I want fear to control my voice forever? He realized something powerful. His problem was not grammar. It was not vocabulary. It was pronunciation and accent. He understood English, but he did not sound clear when he spoke. That was the gap he needed to close. The next morning, Daniel made a simple but serious promise to himself. He would practice his English accent every day, even if progress was slow. He decided not to focus on perfection. Instead, he would focus on improvement. Daniel began by listening carefully. He chose short audio clips from American interviews and podcasts. Instead of just understanding the meaning, he paid attention to how words connected. He noticed that native speakers did not pronounce every word separately. They linked sounds together. They stressed important words and reduced unimportant ones. Their speech had rhythm, almost like music. At first, Daniel felt overwhelmed. There were so many small details. The T sound sometimes became soft. The R sound was strong and clear. Vowels changed depending on stress. But instead of feeling discouraged, Daniel became curious. He treated pronunciation like a puzzle. Each sound was a piece that needed attention. Every day he followed a routine. He listened to one short paragraph several times. Then he repeated it slowly. After that, he recorded his voice on his phone. When he compared his recording to the original speaker, he noticed clear differences. Sometimes his vowels were too short. Sometimes his stress was on the wrong word. Instead of feeling embarrassed, he wrote down his mistakes and practiced them again. The first 2 weeks were difficult. His improvement was small. Some days he felt tired after college and did not want to practice, but he remembered the embarrassment during the presentation. That memory gave him strength. He understood that growth requires patience. After 1 month, something surprising happened. When Daniel listened to his old recordings, he heard change. His pronunciation was clearer. His sentences flowed better. The difference was not dramatic, but it was real. For the first time, he felt hope. Daniel also discovered the power of shadowing. He played short audio clips and spoke at the same time as the speaker. He tried to copy not only the words, but also the emotion, speed, and rhythm. In the beginning, he could not keep up. The speaker talked too fast, but gradually, his mouth became more flexible, his ears became sharper, his confidence grew. Another important step in Daniel's journey was speaking with real people. He joined an online language exchange group. The first time he spoke with a native English speaker, he was nervous, but he reminded himself to focus on clarity, not perfection. He spoke slowly. He used simple sentences. To his surprise, the conversation flowed smoothly. The other person understood him without asking him to repeat. That small success changed Daniel's mindset completely. He realized that accent improvement was not about losing his identity. It was about being understandable. It was about communication, not imitation. Months passed, and Daniel's practice became a habit. He no longer forced himself to practice. He enjoyed it. He read English stories aloud with emotion. He practiced difficult sounds in front of a mirror to observe his mouth movement. He paid attention to intonation, the rise and fall of his voice. He noticed how questions often ended with a rising tone and statements ended with a falling tone. Slowly, people around him began to notice the difference. One friend said, "Your English sounds smoother now." Another asked if he had taken special classes. Daniel smiled and simply said, "I practice every day." 1 semester later, Daniel had another presentation. This time, something was different. When he stood in front of the class, he felt calm. He began speaking clearly with steady rhythm and confident tone. He made eye contact. He paused naturally between ideas. His pronunciation was sharp and understandable. When he finished, the class clapped sincerely, not because he was perfect, but because he was confident and clear. Daniel realized that mastering the English accent had changed more than his pronunciation. It had changed his self-belief. He no longer avoided conversations. He participated actively in discussions. He volunteered to lead group projects. His voice, once quiet and unsure, had become strong and confident. Years later, Daniel applied for a job in an international company. During the interview, he spoke naturally and calmly. His accent was clear. His answers were thoughtful. The interviewer listened without confusion. A few days later, Daniel received a job offer. Looking back, Daniel understood an important truth. Fluency is not a gift. It is not reserved for special people. It is the result of small, consistent efforts repeated every day. Accent improvement does not happen overnight. It grows slowly like a tree. With patience and care, it becomes strong. If you are still a beginner, do not feel discouraged. Every fluent speaker was once afraid. Every confident voice was once unsure. The difference between beginner and fluent is not talent. It is practice. Start small. Choose one paragraph today. Listen carefully. Repeat slowly. Record yourself. Correct one mistake. Smile while speaking. Do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. One day you will speak without fear. One day someone will say, "Your English sounds amazing." And you will know that your success did not come from luck. It came from consistency. From beginner to fluent, the journey is real, the path is clear, and it begins the moment you decide not to quit. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Keep practicing, keep believing, and let your English accent become a bridge to new opportunities and new confidence.